Hi guys, welcome back.
Welcome everybody.
Right, I said I was going to do a little bit on spindle turning, so that's what I'm going to do on this one. We've done all with the using these bits of pine, didn't we, for the carbides and practicing. Well, I've still got quite a lot of it left actually. So I'm using that now. Whenever I do spin, look, you can see how close I go. That wood is just not touching when it comes to this. So when I get it to round, I know that's still perfect away. So I'm not going to have to be moving my tool rest in. Right, and I'm using this lathe today so Lisa can go from that side to see whatever different cuts I do. Yeah. That's the only reason why I'm on this one. Okay. Right. I'm just going to do. If you've done we've done the carbide, we come across with the the square chisel, and we've done the round chisel. We've done the end cuts and the rounding, and we've done some grooves. We've done some beading. So we're going to do basically the same. If you're moving on to your traditionals and you want to do some of that, just to show you how we do it and how to hold the tool and how I would recommend you do it. Okay, people ask, they're interested, so that's what we're going to do. Now, the first thing for the roughing down. Now, I've always said when roughing down, the absolute best tool for roughing down spindles is a spindle gouge. Right, I'm only using a small one today because we've only got a small piece. Is the roughing gouge? It's absolutely the best tool for it. Okay, a lot of people use a bowl gouge to do it, like this one. To me, I never ever use a bowl gouge on spindle work. I don't think it's very good for it. You tend to come in this way and tend to scrape on it, and you just blunt it, and if you're gonna do, you can't get the proper turns right. You know, do the ends, you're coming round, so you're pushing the bevel on all the time. You get very shiny ends, not the best thing. We'll show that as we do some cuts. So I'll start and we'll do some cuts and see just what I recommend. Okay, we're going to do nothing different than what we've done with the carbides. So I'm going to put my face shield on. I'm going to stand. I'm going to start up. Let that spin up. Okay, now it's a spindle, so we're turning around 2,500 RPM. Okay, now if you're using the bowl gouge, you tend to come in like this or like that and do this. You can't really get on the bevel properly, but you tend to do this sort of cut. And for me, it's not the tool for the job, it's the bowl gouge, you know. So I really don't want to be doing that. I'd much rather with my roughing gouge, okay? And like I've said before, when you hold it, just let it rest in your hand there, okay? Put your hand there, come on, and just do a back cut first. Go backwards, then forward. Now, because the way we've got our tool rest, we won't have to take this off until we're round, okay? So we just keep going, don't take the tool off. And you'll see we'll start to get longer and longer shavings, okay? And as we get down to perfect round, the shavings will become more continuous, like longer shavings. There, we're getting longer shavings. We're not quite round, we've still got a little bit, just a tiny bit. There we go, we've got a knot there. Right, now, we're round, we're all fine, okay? And we can tell that because the way the shavings are coming off. Now, get the tool rest in nice and close, okay? Now the other tool is the spindle gouge, and I love my spindle gouge. Now, if you want to use a spindle gouge for roughing down, absolutely fine. Come in on the end, just rotate it. See, in here, we can keep our bevel here, this part of our bevel in touch. It's a lot harder to do with a bowl gouge. And we can come along, and if you look where we're cutting, we're getting it as a shear cut, as opposed to what we'd get with a bowl gouge. Slow down at the end and off, okay? And we get a lovely smooth cut. The other cut with the spindle gouge, and Lisa might not like this one, is we can push cut. So we can come in and we can push cut it. We're getting a bit of bounce over that knot. There we go. just stop at the end. And that widget, I've got a knot there. That's why it's bouncing on that bit. It's the knot, okay? But we can do a push cut with it, and we can do that because we can come on full bevel contact, and we're actually cutting on the tip here with the wood coming down onto it, like that, okay? And we can get a lovely controlled cut. So have a look. We get a nice finish. Look, you can see that knot. There's that knot, look. That's what's going to give me trouble at the moment. But we've got a good finish for a quick push through, okay? Where we're getting bounce there, we get a bit of tear there, but that's where we're just getting the bounce. Right, so that's why, as I said, with the bowl gouge, you can come in and do the push cut, but it's not, as I don't like it. Bowl gouges are for doing bowls, really. It's the same if you come to do, to shape the ends, you can come on with a bowl gouge and you can go around, but you've got to go around and come right round with the bevel. And when you do that with the bevel in touch, you can see it already. Look, it's shining. Now, the trouble with that cut, look, it looks beautiful, doesn't it? Such a beautiful finish, but that's all shiny. Because to get that cut, we've got to have the bevel. And if we get that shine, if we put a finish on this, the finish ain't going to be very good on that. So you're going to have to sand that all off, okay? So I'm putting the bowl gouge away because we won't be using that for any of our spindle work. Okay. Now, again, doing those sort of cuts. Lisa's going to go that side now. With your spindle gouge, if you're going to do those sort of cuts, again here we can do the same. Okay. We can come on with our bevel, which a lot of people will do, and we'll follow round. And we'll follow round like this. Okay, so we pick up our cut, got our bevel, and we follow around. And yes, it's a beautiful cut. It's a beautiful cut, right? But look how shiny it is. Look at that, right? If you had to put a finish on that, sanding sealer or anything, it's not going to penetrate the wood because we've done a complete bevel. That push round is not the best sort of cut on this. It looks good to have that really shiny finish, and this is on pine as well, but it's not good, okay? We don't want that. Easy way to use your spindle gouge, and again with holding the tool, don't over grip it. You can't do these cuts if you're like this, okay? And don't on your body, you can't do these, you can't come round like, you can't do it, okay? And this, it doesn't help. You've got to be like now holding it out to, okay, right, holding it, because people say, you know, you've got to get a firm grip on it. No, you've got to be firm. You don't want to drop it, okay? You don't want to drop it, and you don't want it to skid out of the way. So you've got to hold it, but you mustn't grip it. You mustn't over tighten on it, because it won't do you any favours. Trust me. It's a bit like if I gave you an egg and I said, right, I want you to hold it. You mustn't break it, but you mustn't drop it, and I want you to shake it all around like this. Okay, you can do that. You can get that. That's a grip you've got to have. You've got to hold it, so you can't drop it. No matter what I do, I'm not going to drop it, but I'm not going to break. I'm not too tight. I can feel everything. I can move. I've got to be able to do all this. You've got to be able to move around. Again, if you put a hand here and a hand here, to move that, okay, if I want to go round, to move that from there to there, this hand has got to travel this distance, okay, that distance. If I'm here and I've got my hands here, I just move there, look, all I'm doing is that little distance. To get your hands nice and close, get in. It's not going to bite, it's not going to run away, it's not going to jump out. You don't need a death grip, okay? Right, let's start this up and we'll show. We've done that cut where we've got it very, very shiny, and a lot of people think, oh, look at that cut, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
That is a very bad cut. Believe me, that is very bad. We don't want that at all. Okay, when we're using our spindle gouge, the better way, rather than come in here and trying to follow around the bevel, which makes it awkward because you've got to come, if you're just using right hand, if your left hand, I've got to come in, I've got to move my body all the way around. I've got to move my body. makes it harder to control. If I come here and I get my bevel on here, okay, so we just rest the tool on. Another thing that gets me, this anchor a tool. You don't. That's not an anchor point. It's a tool rest. We rest our tool. It rests. To anchor something means to fix it so it can't move. Yeah. We're not anchoring it. We're resting it. Okay. And again, you've all got life experiences. Okay. If you've got if you're doing a jigsaw puzzle, right? You can look at pieces and you can think, right, well that shape is, I need something with that shape there and that shape there. Well, oh, that one fit. Right. Well, you can look at that, and if I say, right, I want you to come in and put that bevel on there, but not cut, you can look at that and know that what angle, you can come right over here and I can go, right, there you go, it's on there. You can do that. You don't need to do this anchor, bevel. I just want you to come on the tool rest it there, come up and just put that there. You should be able to do that. I'm not going to talk to you like you're stupid and teach you your ABCs. That's well. Right, okay, you're intelligent people. Right, so I want you to put your tool on there. This hand is a pivot point. That's all it is. It's just to do that. This hand does all the work. And we're going to just rest our tool on here, put our bevel on there, and all we're going to do is twist the tool, right? We're not lifting our hand, we're not doing nothing. We're just twisting the tool until it picks the cut up. And then we're going to follow it over. We're going to follow over like that. Now we'll get a smooth cut. We'll get a smooth cut, but we don't. I've got to take another one to get rid of some of this shine from before. But we won't get all that shine, that bevel rub, okay? So when we come in, I'll do it a bit quicker on this one. All we're doing is we come in, we pick up that cut, and we just take this cut. Like so. And we don't want the shine. We don't want all that shine, okay? And that I can do here. If I do this cut, I've got to, how far my hand, to keep that bevel in control and come around, how far this has to go. If I stand here, that's all I've moved. I can control that so much better, okay? And it's the same if we're going to go for the other end, okay? Again, if you can learn to turn left-handed, because here, to do this one, what I don't want to be doing is doing this, because I've had to put myself off balance, okay? It's a nice cut, but I don't really want to be off balance. It's better if I can just come in, just put my tool on there, I'm just light holding. See, my body doesn't move at all. This moves. My body doesn't move, okay?
So another one from the angle, then I'll go the other side. I can see it from both
so if I'm from this side, just bring my tool up, okay? Now this, how hot, if I hold it like this, okay, I've got no control. I can't, look, I can't really keep that. I'm going to rub my bevel, I'm going to cause all problems. I'm holding too firm. The tool needs to move freely, no restrictions to it. I'm holding here, right, how tight would I hold that? Right, to give a comparison, now, it's sometimes what I've said before, it's easier, I find it easier to teach a woman to turn than a man. That's not a sexist thing, it's a simple case as a woman can relate to more things. If you say to her, I want you to hold it gently, right, so if a woman wears makeup, okay, if a woman was wearing makeup, if you're putting your makeup on, you're putting your mascara on, you hold your mascara, but you don't hold it and put it in your eye like that. You hold it firm, because you don't want to drop it, you don't want to get down your nice little white blouse you've just put on. And you come in and you
How
So
do you know what it's like to do makeup, baby?
What I do at weekends is my business.
Yeah.
So I want, with this, we're going to hold it firm, okay? That we're not going to drop our
Brush,
but
yeah.
we're going to let it move freely. We're not going to restrict its movement. So for a bloke, imagine you're going to shave your nutsack,
Oh, good God.
right? You don't want to drop the razor,
Oh, God.
but you don't want to go like that, do you? You know, think about it, guys. Right? Think about it.
Oh, my God. No, you don't want to think about it.
Now,
Look, you're almost going to get your nutsack.
putting mascara on and shaving your nutsack is something for weekends. Right, so we're holding this gentle here. We're just nice and gentle. We've got our hands close together so we don't have to do a lot of movement. We're just on our tool rest. We can touch the tool rest. We can get in close so you can see it all. Right, there's the bevel. We can see the bevel so we know what angle. If I say put that bevel on that wood, you're not going to come in here because you can tell that's not going to fit, is it? So we come in here, that's where it is. And then just rotate it. You can see, look, as soon as I twist it, it starts to cut. So bevel's on, nothing's happening, twist it, starts to cut. So all we're going to do is twist it and then follow it round. And my body hasn't moved. I haven't moved my body. I'm not having to raise, I'm not punching, I'm not moving. All I'm doing is letting it rotate and I'm just following it through. And then I get a cut like that with no shine. Look, there's no shine into it. There's no bevel rub, okay? Don't worry about this little market, that's where I was just demonstrating that. But we've got no bevel. And that is all you're gonna do. If we're gonna do, you go back that side now.
Yep.
Now, if we're gonna do some, like a cove, so again, we come on, we'll just put the tool on the tool rest, and now match that bevel again, just bring it on without it cutting, that's where it is, okay? And all we're gonna do, we're gonna rotate it, and we're gonna come in. And then we're gonna come here, we're gonna rotate it, and we're gonna come in. Now, see again, if you come in this way to do a cove, like this, we can do it, it's fine. But, and you'll feel, as soon as we come onto here, and we come to pick that cut up, there's a chance we're gonna go like that. Right, look, see what the tool wants to do? It always wants to run, okay? Let me just clean that. Right, always wants to run. So if we come in and we put our bevel here, okay, we just rotate, there it is, and now we can just, all we do is raise our handle. We raise our handle and just move it around. So we're there, turn it, raise our handle, come around. Okay, so we start to get our cove. And all it's like is we're just like spooning out the middle. That's all we're doing. We come here, we just slice it in. It's easy to go in like that. Okay, when you come on with here and you try to get a cut in here, there's always a chance you're going to skip. If you have your handle down and you slice, it slices straight in. It will always slice in. Okay, and if it's going to go anywhere, it will go forward, not backwards. If you come here and you try to pick up a cut like this, it wants to do that. Okay, it wants to skip. So it's again here, if you just come, match the bevel to it, you know where your bevel is, you know how steep it is. If it was a steeper bevel, I'd have my handle lower. If it's a, what's it, a bevel, I'd have it up further. Right, so we can come here. That's our bevel in line. And just move the handle like this. Do it several times until you get it. Just move it a fraction at a time. We can always take more wood off, we can't put it back on. So we're coming on the edge, so we just come like that, and all we do is raise the handle. That's all we're doing, is raising the handle and coming in. And we can get this sort of And we just, our hand's just here as we're just using this as a pivot point. The thumb is stopping anything from coming back, and the finger is stopping it from running away from us. And this is just a pivot. This does all the work, this hand, okay? You don't want to do this sort of thing. This isn't good, okay? You don't need to be holding on. You don't want to be doing this, because to do that, this hand has to do this. It has to move. We don't want this hand moving. We just want this one, look. Okay? And how hard do it? Again, 2 fingers. We can come in. Just 2 fingers. This is just a pivot point. That's all it is. Okay? You can do nice little slicing cuts to get all these angles. Now, if we want to come across, then we want to, what we're going to do is clean that up. Right, I've got that knot on this bit. Probably not the best place to do this. Right, now you all know I like to do beads, guys. Right, and I like to roll them with my spindle gouge, okay? Now again, I'll start with my tool here and I'm going to just roll it in, okay? So my bevel's in line, I can see where my bevel has to be. You can see it, I don't have to say, you know, anchor, bevel, no. Doesn't work with this, doesn't work at all. You can see where it is, it's there, right? So I'm going to twist it, rotate it slightly, and I'm going to cut it in. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to do that. Okay, and then I'm going to drop my handle, come out of it, and I'm going to go back in. Drop my handle, come out of it. So as I come out, I'm coming out up high there, okay? So I'll come up high, come over, and I'll go back in. And now I'm going to come out, come over. Right, now I'm going to stop and we're going to have a look. I'm just going to take that little fluffy off there. Right, now, with that, we're not bad. The little bit of tear out will be here on this side. The reason being, we are cutting uphill, okay? So it doesn't happen as much with other woods, but it will with this, because what we're doing is we're cutting uphill coming out that way. But that is now so easy to clean up. Again, get a bevel. Put a bevel on the top of the bead, and all we're going to do is rotate the chisel and come in. That's it, that's all we've got to do. Just rotate it, come in that little bit, it's clean. There we go. And just this last one to rotate it over. Come in, like so. And then I know I've got a little bit of a tear on here, so I'm just going to bring that down there. Right. And there, we've cleaned all our beads up. Look, we've taken all that tear out away. And we've got nice formed beads. Okay, and you can make them as big as you want, you can make them as deep as you want, but the thing is, you cannot roll them if you're like this, because you will be going all like this. You'll be doing all this. If you've got it on your body, well, you've got to go that way, you'll be doing that. And if you want to roll a load of small ones, you're going to be doing a Beyonce, aren't you? You're going to be twerking. You can't roll beads with your body, you can't do that, okay?
It looks good though.
You know, you can't get this all away and get free. You're doing some free stuff.
Oh dear.
You know, so it'll just be a case of come in, okay? We rotate and drop. Now, people, I'm showing you because a lot of people said they've not been able to see the actual bit here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to come in now. I'm going to not talk. I'm just going to do it on my normal time. Okay. Right. So. It is such delicate work, guys. It is so... You don't have to be forceful with anything, okay? And there we go. Look. Lovely, beautiful beads. No tear outs, no sanding needed on that. Or just put some dust in it, sorry. Look, you can see it all. Okay? And like I say, you want to take them off. Just come in again. Just... Bevels tuck in there, okay? It's just here. Okay. With experience, you won't have to sort of look. I mean, you can look here and you can go like that. You can see, you're quite able to look, okay? If you're standing like this all the time, you'll never see anything, okay? You miss everything, you miss all the action. Come in here and look. You can see your bevel, right? If I say I want you to put that, just touching that, you can do it. You go, right, there you go, right, okay. So now, just rotate the handle, bring it in, rotate it again. And push it along, and you take them all off. So everything is just, it's a twist, a rotate and a move, okay? Same here. We can just put the bevel on, come in. There we go. That's that knot. I've got that knot there. Okay, so I can come in. Like so. And all that is, I'm coming here and I'm slicing. I'm not lining nothing. I'm not trying to line that with that to get it in and doing all this standing over here to come in this way, because we know if we come in this way, we're skipped, won't we? All we're doing is we're standing here, we put it in where we want to go in, we roll it and we lift the handle. That's all we've got to do. Turn it and lift the handle. It goes in every time, okay? Just lift the handle. Right, again, now, let's get past that bit, because I know I've got that knot there. Now there, that cutting uphill. Now everyone will tell you can't cut uphill. Right, no, you can't cut uphill that way like that. Okay, if we do that, right, we get this tear out. It's not bad. That knot's a problem just there. Look at it, look at the size of that knot. Right, but we get a bit of tear out if we try cutting uphill. Right, but we're not cutting uphill, because when we come across here, what we're doing to come out of there, we're not actually cutting it, we're going more into a scrape of it, and it doesn't like that. So if you come across, if you want to go up and out, come across, when you get to there, drop the handle and come up that way. If you drop the handle and come up like so, we get a lovely smooth finish. Okay, we can cut uphill. The reason it works is because when we come up to here, when it comes across, look what the fibers are doing. They're actually coming across my edge here. They're cutting. Okay, if we come through and we come round like this, when I get to here, they're going to be on a scrape. Okay, so that's why it works. So the theory of we can't cut uphill, yes we can. It won't be as good as going downhill. It never will be, because that is supported fibres and it cuts. But if you're in a position where you want to just come out, like when we're doing a cove, we can come in and we can come around, and to come out, all we do is we drop our handle. Okay, we drop the handle down and we come out up here. That way we get our lovely smooth finish coming up here. Then it's very easy to come back in, because we've got somewhere to put our bevel anyway, and we can just raise our handle, come down and clean it up. But sometimes this transition here, where people can struggle, is you'll come in this way like this, okay, and then when you come in this way you'll get to here and it's getting rid of that. You'll end up, you'll be going this way and you'll be going that way, and it's getting deeper and it's going more to a point. Right, so take your cut one way first. So we'll come in, we'll slice it, we'll follow around, and we'll come out by raising our tool so we get our curve, and then we can come in and we can just clean our edge. Then we get the perfect curve with no lines, no joining up in the middle. We've already got our perfect cove. So there you go. And that's how you can do it. Now, I was going to save a bit to show you for cleaning up on an end grain, but it's I've really...
Why don't you cut that knob off here?
Right, I haven't got this in a cut.
Oh, right, yeah.
I'm going to bring that down as far as I sort of really dare, because I've got a knot in there. Right, now, we've got this bit here. Right, and it's all not nice. It's not nice, is it? Right, now let's say the top of a lid or something, and we want to take a cut across it to clean it up, and we've got end grains, so we've got to be careful. Right, we don't want to scrape it like that, because that's, you might get a finisher, but you're going to blunt your tool. And we don't want to blunt at all. We want to do everything without having to go back and sharpen. We want to play for an hour. We don't want to go and sharpen in that time. Now, if we come here, it's very easy to get a skip and go this way, okay? Easiest way, bring the tool, put it there, close to it, and close enough to it, right? And all we're going to do is that. That's all we do, is we just cut in. Don't scrape it, cut it. Now we've got a ledge. Put it on. Now we can push to the middle, okay? So we put a little cut. It's a tiny little ledge, but this, because we've cut there and our tool's at that angle, it's given us a perfectly clean edge. Now we can just put our tool on there, get on there, rotate it. It's going to vibrate because I've come very thin here and I'm between centres. But what we will get is when we get that, a perfect clean finished cut going across the top. When you come in like this and try and pick it up, there's always that day, because you've got to pick it up here. It's not going to cut when you first come in. You've got to rotate. The second you rotate, it wants to skip. It wants to say bye-bye. If you just come in with the tool and don't scrape it, don't hold your tool flat, hold your tool up and just go touch. That's all you have to do is that. It's that simple, okay? A pivot. That there, I've broken it, but that, look, it puts it slices. If that weren't so thin, it'd be slicing. I should put another piece of wood on, really, in the chuck, and that would really show you. But they're the cuts I wanted to show you guys, and to do the beads and things like that. And that is really it with doing a lot of the spindle turning. If you're going to do it on, if you're doing boxes and things like that, let me get rid of that. It's the same. We can. I mean, that was on a bit of pine. We've got some beech now, hardwood. So it's not just softwood. We can work with hardwood. It works actually better. Right, let me get that straight. There we go. Right, tighten that in, like so. Right, now again, bring it in, get that wood as close to the tool rest as you can without it touching. Right, we're not banging the centre of that, but it doesn't matter, we're going to bring it to round. Right, we'll start it up, we'll let it spin up. Now, like I said, best tool, roughing gouge, okay? Roughing gouge. Don't do this. Don't do this and do that. Okay? That, it will give you all these little chips and it will scrape it and you'll blunt that in no time. Right, all we do, we hold our handle nice and nice. The tool fits there, lovely, okay? We're not doing any leverage, we don't need to hold right down here. This hand, all we do is put pressure, okay? We're just putting pressure with our hand, we're not gripping it, don't hold it like that, don't grip it. This hand is doing the work. And all we're going to do is back cut, like that. So back, forward. And all the pressure is this, look. We're just holding it there. So it can't, if we go one-handed, as we go back, it will want to run. Or forward, it might want to run. So we put a little bit of pressure there. I normally put my hand there because it stops all the chips coming back. But all we're doing is we keep going until we start to get, and we see it, these longer kells. When we've got the longer kells, that means we're round, okay? We're all round. Now, we don't need to do this. Well, I don't. I sharpen mine in a way so I've got a curve. This is a bit straighter on this side. My other ones are more curved. And all I have to do is stand in front and again rotate. No cutting, rotate it. That's all it is. It's just rotating. Okay, and that gives us that lovely smooth finish. And again, if we come now, if you're thinking about, sorry, I nearly dropped the chisel. If you're thinking about buying a spindle gouge, and what one should I get? What should I get, this size, that size? Again, like the boat, go for a 1/2 inch. Okay, if you just want to buy one, go for a 1/2 inch. Because again, this is a 3/8 one, or a 10 mil if you like, but it's 3/8 there. This will do everything, but if you wanted to use it on some slightly bigger work, you might find a bit of vibration with it, because it's within a flute, to go for the 1/2 inch one. You'll find the 1/2 inch one will do everything you want to do small, but it will also handle bigger work. And practice getting some cuts. Put the bevel on, rotate it. And there we go, we get a lovely smooth finish. And that is a really smooth finish. You can see that finish, look. And all that is we just come onto the tool rest, okay, position the bevel, you know where it is. If you don't, you're going to learn, practice, do it with it off, just come in, you'll get to know, you'll get to feel the angle of it there, okay. And then all it is to start cutting is twist it. Look, as soon as I turn it, there it starts to cut, okay. Turn it off, turn it, it cuts, okay. And that's all we have to do. Just come in there, no cutting, rotate it, and it cuts. We don't have to lift the handles or drop handles. The only time we do that is when we're going to come around this corner, and then all it is lift the handle. Look, we come there, nothing here has to move. Lift the handle. That's all I have to do is lift. It's such a slice cut, okay, and that'll give you this beautiful cut. Take it nice and easy, take your time with it, and then we get a lovely cut like that. And it works both ways. You come round this side, it will work the same. All we're doing is putting the bevel on and we're rotating it and lifting the handle. Okay, rotating, so we rotate, lift the handle. Take that bit away. There we go. And when you do that, as you'll know, if you wanted to come in here and pick up the cut and you try all this, you're going to get a skip. But if you do a lift the handle, you can come in anywhere and start the cut. You can start the cut anywhere on it without getting any skip backs whatsoever. You don't want skip backs, okay? And we can just work our way and come around nice and gentle, like so. Here we want to come in, finish this off by coming back on, lifting the handle, and then if you're going to do for doing a ball, you'll work out where roughly you want to come in, and just again put the bevel on and just rotate and lift the handle, and we can come in. Just rotating and lifting the handle. And we would come in and do a ball. Same here, we want to clean this up. Again, put a hand here. This hand's just a pivot on the handle. Slide. Slide. And a slide. The thumb is stopping it from going anywhere, and the finger stops it going that way. It's just two fingers like that, okay? And they're fixed in that position, okay? This is one of the times when you want to be touching the tool rest, because you're just fixing that position. The tool just literally sits in there, okay? It can't go back that way, and it can't go forward. And all we do is that. Okay, and we can refine to get rid of the top bit and do our ball, and we can sort of go like that and like that, and we'd work it out. I didn't do no measurements to get it dead right, but then we can make the ball. Okay, and again, when you want to do your coves with the 1/2 inch gouge, it's exactly the same. Okay, come on with the bevel, rotate it, go in, come down, go up. You can go up and then you can come down. And you can get your coves, okay? And that's it, guys. Just a bit of play and we get a smooth finish like that as well, with no tear out at all. We don't want tear out, okay? We get nice smooth finishes, but we don't want to be coming around like this, because we get bevel rub. If you've got shiny bits, they're going to be a nightmare to get a finish on. You'll always have those lines, okay? Right, I hope that's helped a little bit of play with the spindle gouge, guys, okay? And remember, all it is fingers there and pivot, okay? When we come across the front, we can do a cut, turn it, come in, rotate it. That will pick up the cut and push forward, and that way we won't get skips and catches. You won't be getting catches, because when you cut, if you try to come in, you might come in here and pick that cut up, and the wood might grab it there and say, look, it wants to do that, it'll grab. But if you're here and you just rotate, you can pick up the cut gentle like that, and then you can just push forward. Then you can adjust it as you start going, and that's how you get catch-free turning. Right, that is it, guys. I will see you on the next one, and maybe we'll play with a different tool.
Just wanted to say a quick thank you to someone called someone again.
Yes, someone who is called someone.
5 coffees. Thank you
5
very
coffees,
much.
yes. Thank you so much.
And one last little bit. We're doing a feedback page, which hopefully we're going to put on our website. If not, we might do something for the YouTube channel, which all the feedbacks that we get. So, for example, any pictures that you have of work that you've done since you've started watching our channel.
Well, we've had quite a few come through for this series we've just done with using the Carbides, and we've had pictures sent, and some of them are fantastic.
Beautiful
Got
work.
one yesterday come through, and the grain, a spalted bolt, and the grain are absolutely fantastic. I would have loved that piece of wood.
I know.
But what we're going to do is we're going to try and do a slideshow of pictures to show some of them that people have done through this little course that we've done, through this little thing.
So if you want, guys, send us
It's just
by email.
for a
It's
bit of
glenn.teagle@sky.com. That's Glenn with one N.
Yeah, that's with one N. For some reason, Sky wouldn't let me have two N's
You're not
for
allowed.
my email. So, but yes, and that is it. And as I said, guys, if it's helped, then please, you know, if you wouldn't mind
let us
subscribing,
know as well,
give us a thumbs up, whatever.
That's it.
You know, it's just a bit of free tuition, guys. There's no charge. It's just, if it helps you to do something, it's all free. It's free lessons. That's what you're getting, okay? And it's to do a one-to-one lesson. I'll teach one person. If I do it on a video like this, well, some of the videos got 30,000 views, 20,000 views. That's 20,000 people.
Yeah.
It might help, it might not. I get so many emails from people saying, that's just answer the question what I'm getting. It's like that. Someone might be doing something, keep getting this cat.
Yeah.
It just answers that question for that one person. So that's what I'll put out there. Like I said, I've done lessons. I've done quite a lot of lessons with people. But as I've said before, I like to meet people, know who you are before I will invite you back to have a lesson. I haven't charged for any lessons. I've never have. So, you know, they've had free lessons, people that have come. Some people were going to give up turning altogether because they just couldn't get the hang of it.
Yep.
Few lessons and then they can go away happy to turn and sell pieces, and they're selling their stuff and doing great, and that's what it's all about.
And they're
If you can
enjoying
help
it.
someone and they're enjoying their turning.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what's fantastic about it. I've had people that are just really getting frustrated because they just cannot get the hang of it, and literally one lesson and they go away and they can turn.
Yeah.
So it only takes one lesson, that's all it takes. So anyway, that's enough of that, guys. If you like what you see, then give us a thumbs up or subscribe, and
Subscribe, we would be appreciated.
we'll see you on the next one, guys. Toodle pip.
Bye, guys.